today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corless. Here now is the news for January 9th, 2019. Our top story is Walt Disney World buying more land in the Central Florida area. Back in December, we reported on Disney's monumental 965-acre land purchase through the acquisition of BK Ranch, which isn't a sauce at your local Burger King, by the way, just southeast of Celebration for $23 million. Now it turns out that Disney has purchased even more land adjacent to the plot, a whopping 1,500 plus acres to the east of that BK Ranch. Per Growth Spotter, the land was owned by the descendants of legendary cattle rancher Orrin Brown, who refused to sell to Disney during the park's initial construction in the 60s. Orrin Brown died in 1993. Most of the remaining ranch property was sold on January 3rd, 2019 for $11 million. As with the BK Ranch land, the land will most likely be used for water conservation and wetland mitigation. That being said, the need for more land for these purposes would indicate further expansion inside the existing Walt Disney World property. In an interview with Growth Spotter, John Adams, a partner with Central Florida Land Advisor, stated, quote, "The BK Ranch was entitled for 3,000 homes. There were no entitlements on this property, and that was reflected in the sale price." So that explains why the cost was far lower compared to that of the BK Ranch, which had been rezoned for a master-planned mixed-use development that had active permits from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and South Florida Water Management District. Whether or not Disney will choose to develop whatever areas it can after the purchase is a toss-up, but we trust they will do what is right for the environment. Hopefully. Meanwhile, over at the Magic Kingdom, things are heating up for the construction of the Tron roller coaster. To accommodate the construction of that attraction opening at the Magic Kingdom in 2021, the Tomorrowland Speedway is currently closed and the track is being ripped up once again. You may recall that this path of the ride has been altered on 3 other occasions, once for Space Mountain in 1974, again for Mickey's Birthday Land in 1987, and last for the Storybook Circus as part of New Fantasyland in 2011. As you can see in the photos we're providing, construction crews are hard at work ripping up that track to make way for Tron, which will pass over the Speedway track when completed. The Tomorrowland Speedway will reopen on May 18, 2019. For those looking to say goodbye to Illumination's Reflections of Earth during its final year in a fitting way, Disney is offering a new way to do that. At Epcot, they're going to be offering a new package at the Rose and Crown Dining Room that offers patio seating with a fixed menu and a breathtaking view of the beloved nighttime spectacular. Options on the menu include, for appetizers, a Scotch egg or United Kingdom cheese platter. The entrees have fish and chips, corned beef and cabbage, pan-roasted Scottish salmon, or bangers and mash. For dessert, you have a pudding platter trio featuring sticky toffee pudding, the English trifle, and the chocolate nougat bar. The kids' menu has soup or salad with a choice of cheese and turkey flatbread, turkey meatball pasta, cheesy pasta or fish and chips, with a fruit salad or trifle for dessert. Unlimited select alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages are included. The package is a whopping $85 for adults and $35 for children, but again, unlimited alcohol. The package will last for 90 minutes, ending with the conclusion of the Illumination show. Booking for the package begins January 17th for dining time, starting at 8 p.m. on January the 18th. While Buzzy may be missing in action from the wonders of life, another missing audio animatronic has showed up somewhere. The archives, the Walt Disney Archives that is, revealed on social media that they have acquired the Redhead from Disneyland's Pirates of the Caribbean. The character was removed last year from both Disneyland and the Magic Kingdom in a controversial reimagining of the character in the ride's auction scene that has existed since 1967. Previously, the Redhead was the prized item at a wench auction, by a bride, if you will. Now the character renamed Red, R-E-D-D, is a pirate herself, taking on the role of auctioneer as she seeks to profit off the goods she's plundered. Many fans are not happy with the change, said it was unnecessary, though others have supported the character taking on a more empowered role in the ride. As of recording, the only park where the wench auction scene is still available for guests to see is Tokyo Disneyland, and there are no changes in sight there. Now the character will be preserved as a piece of Disney history so that future generations may understand the evolution of the classic Disney theme park attraction. Speaking of classic Disney theme park attractions, it doesn't get a whole lot more classic than Sleeping Beauty Castle at Disneyland. However, if you're visiting Disneyland right now, well, you're not really going to see very much of it. In an effort to fix the damage done during the Diamond Celebration, Disneyland's 60th anniversary, yes, that was in 2015, by the way, Sleeping Beauty Castle is undergoing a major refurbishment. This week, construction walls went up around the castle, and guests can no longer access Fantasyland through the drawbridge, Snow White's Wishing Well, or Fantasy Fair. Unfortunately, it's not a pretty sight. In front of Sleeping Beauty Castle, a sign directs guests to access Fantasyland through alternate routes, and this is sure to make things complicated for guests who are unfamiliar with the park. While the gray construction walls directly in front of the castle aren't too terrible to look at, can't say the same about the green fences that continue along either side. At this time, there's no date set for when Sleeping Beauty Castle will be done, other than sometime in spring of 2019. Most of the refurbishment taking place is dedicated to the re-roofing of the castle and replacing the materials with fiber-reinforced plastics on the turrets. We expect large tarps to cover the castle sometime soon, as has been done in previous castle refurbishments. Currently, guests can still access the Sleeping Beauty Castle walkthrough. However, even that will be closing for refurbishment on January 17th. Everyone's favorite frozen Disney Parks treat may be coming to your home very soon. Get ready, it's Mickey ice cream bars, Mickey premium ice cream bars. They're not called that anymore, but you may know them by that name still. But the Mickey ice cream bars you know in the parks are soon coming to the public via a limited edition grocery line. The boxes are themed to Mickey the True Original, which is a reoccurring theme, such as you'll see at the exhibition in New York, and features the classic pie-eyed Mickey Mouse. Each box will bring 6 classic Mickey ice cream bars. Mind you, they are scaled down for at-home indulging, but we're sure they're every bit as tasty and magical as the ones in the parks. Well, it waits to be seen. These bars will come in a 3-ounce size each, whereas the park ones are about 4 ounces each and a lot more calories. And you can read all that fun caloric information on our website. At best, you'll be saving money given how prices on these beloved treats have risen exponentially at the parks. The box of 6 will only cost $7.49, but alas, you won't be at the parks while eating them. So I guess that is the trade-off to that. It was announced this week that Ant-Man and the Wasp Nano Battle will be opening at Hong Kong Disneyland on March 31st, 2019. The attraction opening marks the next phase in the multi-year transformation of the park and the second Marvel attraction following the Iron Man experience. Disney also released an in-depth look at some of the show scenes, which you're seeing now, and much, much more. And, of course, you can check out the full video on our site. For more information on these stories and more, be sure to head on over to WDWNT.com. And a friendly reminder that on Thursday, January 10th, 2019 at 9 p.m. Eastern, we have the return of WDW News Tonight with myself and Nick Cicero right here on YouTube and as well at WDWNtunes.com. So make sure you join us for that. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corless saying we hope you enjoy the rest of today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.